If I told you that there's an account out there that you can build your wealth by hundreds of thousands of dollars and not have to pay taxes on it, you probably think there's got to be a catch, or it might be too good to be true. But there isn't, and it's not some type of advanced strategy either. It's something that almost anyone can set up. Today, we're going to dive into how you can build that kind of financial freedom through a Roth IRA. Hi, welcome to Invest with Jim. I'm Jim. I'm an investor and a real estate agent here in Las Vegas. And in this series, we're focusing on personal finance and investing, the financial foundation that people build long before they start buying assets like real estate. A lot of people have heard this term, Roth IRA. You got to get a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is a retirement savings account. This is funded by yourself. The big advantage with a Roth IRA is what it does is it takes after-tax dollars now, you put it into this Roth IRA account, and as it grows 20, 30 years or whatever it is till your retirement, it grows in there tax-free. Let's just say you deposit $7,500 a year on it, right? That's the max. As that money grows over the years and decades that you're investing in this, all your gains from this money are not taxed when you use it in retirement. That is the big advantage and the key about the Roth IRA. You're paying taxes on the money already that you're putting into it. Let's say you paid taxes on money already and you invest it into this account, but the money that grows from this account, that's what you don't have to pay taxes on. You may ask, what's the real advantage? I paid taxes already anyways on it, right? But the key is you only paid taxes on the money that you invested in it. All the growth and the gains that you get from this investment are not taxed. The reason why I think this is the superior way to save your retirement savings is all of us generally hope to be making more money in the future than we're making now. Okay, that's the first thing, right? So why not pay taxes on the money now, why it's a smaller amount, and not have to pay taxes when you spend the money when it's a larger account, okay? Second point, I think we can't predict what taxes will be in the future. I would guess that they are probably gonna be more in the future than they are now. As the population grows and the government starts spending money on whatever infrastructure or whatever they're doing right now, I think tax rates in general will increase over time too. So the fact that, let's just say you're at a 20% tax bracket and you pay the taxes on the money already now and you invest it into this account over your years of saving 10, 20, 30 years in the future, that money grows into a larger sum and now you don't pay taxes on it. So it's better to pay your taxes as a 60K a year person now versus paying whatever tax bracket you'd be in if you're a millionaire in the future. This started in 1998, all right? I graduated in 97. My parents didn't know about Roth IRAs. My parents said they started investing much later after 98, after they received some advice from like a tax professional. So if you're kind of like, well, my parents never did it, probably wasn't available for your parents. The reason why I know this is such a good vehicle for your money to grow is in 98, when it first started, your annual contribution that you can put towards a Roth IRA was only $2,000 a year. And then it went up to $5,000 in 2008. And now in 2026, you can contribute up to $7,500 a month. So that just kind of tells me that this is the way to save your money. The government or the IRS is happy to take your taxes now, and people are saving more money for their own future too. So it's a win for everybody. And as the years keep going on, I think they're going to keep increasing these limits too. Because I mean, if we look at the pattern from the past, you can see that it's trending upward. So who knows, in 2035, you might be able to put like 10K in. Let me give you an example of how this actually all looks. Let's just say you're saving $500 a month and you do this for 30 years, as we're talking about retirement savings. That's gonna amount to $180,000. That's a decent amount of money, right? But if you put it in a Roth IRA and you invested it into the market for 30 years, that same 180K is now worth anywhere from $750,000 all the way up to $1.2 million. That's over a 300% return on your money. We can all agree that 750 sounds a lot better than 180K, right? But how do we get that 750 up and over $1 million? That's where it comes down to where you invest your money. You don't have to overcomplicate the investments. You don't have to go and pick stocks and become like this financial analyst over it. I think the general and safe way to do it is to invest in index funds. Most common one that everyone always talks about is VOO. It's basically a pool of stocks that represent the S&P 500. You're investing in these big companies, Google, Apple, Tesla. If you just invest in an account like that, you're just letting it grow over time. It's just gonna grow over time, right? Like you don't wanna have to start picking little stocks and turn it into a full-time job, because not all stocks always play out when you're trying to pick it. But if you just kind of put it in an index fund, as we call it, it's just gonna grow consistently over the years because you're picking all the biggest companies in the world, right? Some might fall off, but the thing about these index funds, is as companies fall out of this top 500 and new ones come into it, the index fund that you're investing in actually will reallocate those funds. They're going to do that work for you in the background, so you're not managing it so actively like that. You have professionals doing it for you. There's another one that I always talk about. It's a good old QQQ. It's like tech heavier funds. That's going to be investing in Apple, Google, Tesla. Investing in these type of funds is not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but if you do it consistently over time, 20, 30 years or something like that, you're going to become a millionaire if you keep doing this. With this type of investing style, consistency is always going to beat trying to perfectly time the market. We just can't predict what's always going to hit all the time and what's going to remain all the time. What you want to do is you want to automate these deposits into this Roth IRA so it keeps growing consistently throughout the years as you're investing and you're not worrying about trying to time the market. The next thing is, okay, where do I open a Roth IRA? Well, there's a lot of places you can do that. I have my Roth IRA with Vanguard actually, and the only reason why it's at Vanguard right now still is because it was a rollover from my previous employer from way back. But I did the research on it too, and they're like, you know, Vanguard's very trusted, very established. You can almost open a Roth IRA with any type of investment brokerage place. Check around and see what makes sense for you to use, what interface you like. There's a lot of options. It's not about where you're doing it. Just make sure it's like a credible place and then just get started on it. So let's talk about a traditional IRA. Traditional IRA works kind of similar to like almost our 401k. The money that you're putting into a traditional Roth IRA is pre-taxed. So let's just say in your paycheck, you have all the taxes come out and stuff like that too, and then you get the money left. But what you can do with a traditional IRA is take the money before it's taxed, put it into a retirement account like this. The difference is when you're retired and you start drawing from this account to spend this money, you're going to be taxed then on the growth of your money. If you're thinking that you're going to make more money in the future than now, then you want to be taxed now and not down the road. But the traditional IRA is one that takes pre-tax dollars, grows in the traditional IRA account, and then when you start spending it, that's when you start getting taxed, which is different than the Roth IRA because you're going to put already taxed money into it, and then when you start spending it in the future, you are not taxed with it. I think most people do kind of think that they will be in a higher tax bracket in the future. That's why I'm seeing more people opt for the Roth IRA these days versus the traditional IRA. If we just look at that as if you were just trying to save money on your own, you're probably going to end up taking after taxed money, saving it, then any gains you get off that, you're going to get taxed again on those gains too. You see how there's a big advantage using the IRA if you're talking about retirement savings. So you might be thinking to yourself right now, well, Jim, I'm not as old as you. I'm not even thinking about retirement now. I'm just trying to get a job and make some money. Retirement's a lot different now. Back in the day, they used to have things like pensions. Well, pensions are going away very quickly now with most companies. Working for a company for 20 years doesn't guarantee some type of pension anymore. So it's important that you start thinking about saving for yourself because companies aren't going to save this money and give you pension money in the future. We're seeing fewer and fewer of those as we go. And especially in 2026, I'm seeing a lot of people that are self-employed now, like myself, and you might be self-employed too. So the pension is just going to be you paying yourself. So let's talk about how we save for ourselves to pay ourselves in the future. That's why it's so important to think about the retirement savings now. I'll tell you the thing that really matters the most in retirement savings is the time that you have to let the money grow. You can make money, you can save the money, but the time or the compounding of your money is the big key right here. So the longer you have the money saved, the more it grows, and the bigger it grows into, then it starts yielding you more. Let's just say you're making 8% on 10,000 right now. Like that's not a lot, but when you start saving it over the years, your 10,000 becomes 100,000 or 200,000. That 8% is a much bigger number that it keeps growing, and that's what compounding means. It's building upon itself. The sooner you get started, the more compounding happens and the bigger it grows. Let's say you started saving 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, that extra compounding time really makes a huge difference on how much money you'll get to spend later. Especially if you're self-employed, you really want to take advantage of this Roth IRA, or maybe even looking to a SEP IRA if you're self-employed. Everybody wants a shortcut or a quick little hack to become a millionaire overnight. Most millionaires are actually made from someone that is just making long-term smart financial decisions and consistent deposits into these retirement funds. That's how it builds over time. Real value comes from long-term consistency and not just short-term gains. Simple investments often outperform complicated ones. And most importantly, it's one of the most easiest ways to start building wealth. If you've been putting this off, do not overcomplicate this. Start small, stay consistent, and build the habit first. That means go start the Roth. Start automating deposits to it every month. Keep growing those deposits until you're at the point where you're maxing it out every year. And then once you get there, then you're just maxing it out for the rest of your life. If you want to sit down and have a consultation and talk about your personal situation, whether it's in person or on Zoom, give me a call or schedule through the link below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos about how you can start investing and building wealth. And share this with somebody that you know that has these goals as well of saving and building wealth for the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.